Welcome everybody to my first video, which was supposed to be out in January, but it's only already June, almost end of the June. So it's been like 6 months due, which I'm a little bit bummed about, but anyway, it's finally happening and I'm so excited to be finally done and ready with this video. So this first video, it will be sort of introductory in my photographic practice, in what I do. I will try and present few projects I made last year, which I consider show worthy. So yeah, a few projects from last year, also things I would like to do this year, because I already have few more videos in the making, and but I just felt stuck in between many different things, and also getting this first introductory video out was kind of important. So yes, I'd like to talk about is about calendar I made for our village last year. This project is named Zohor is Alive, which is Zohor is the name of the village I came from, and the whole project is about active people and people who do some sports, people who do arts, people who are active and who are trying to make something and who help the whole village to be a better place, basically. This is a portrait of sculptor Alois Drahoš living in Zohor in his studio, and he's wearing the fire-resistant gloves because he works with glass a lot and with the ceramics, but he's holding the wooden hammers of sorts he uses for sculpting to the wood and to the stone. Yeah, I like this image very much. This picture is of the bow competition shooting club. Yeah, the girl in the middle, she's holding the owl as a target, and the owl has few arrows in his head. This image is my father actually in the image on the left. It's an image of a bike club, which they organize cycling events in our village, and also they are running the track you can see in the image. It's a pump track, so you go there with the dirt bike and you can, pump your bike on the asphalt, and you get fast, and then you can jump and do all sorts of different stuff. This picture I like very much. This is image of two guys from the radio communication club, which I found really interesting and kind of funny that we have something like this in our village. But then when I started talking with them and about the whole long distance communications, I was just amazed and fascinated by how this super niche thing still exists, and all those radios they have and special equipment. And so that's how the idea of this picture came about. So I told them that I would like to have something which represents them, or something which they can use in the field when they are talking with someone on the other side of the world. So we made this image holding the antenna and the radio, and I really like this image. And it was taken in the garden of one of the guys' parents' house. So it was super nice garden. It was warm, very nice. But they are also standing on this like old pole. I really enjoyed this one image. And there is many more images, because in total I think I made like almost 30 images, but in the calendar every image is for 2 weeks. So at the end I think we used like 27 images. So there is much more inside of the calendar. When everything was done, there was another phase, which was actually making the calendar itself. And I also worked with local printer company, which I have a previous experience with them, and I know them personally. So they are like old family company printers, and they're super nice. They helped us a lot with fine-tuning of the whole calendar and printing and stuff like that. So it was real nice, and for me it's always a joy to work with them, even though they are very small, but they are super nice. And given the personal relations, which is that we used the printers who are actually from the village itself. So the whole project it's being made in the village and also produced and then distribute it so it's kind of like one whole circle. Even though it was very hard because it was spread out to many days of shooting and it was all shot on film, and it was also difficult when we were finalizing the whole product, which was the calendar. Huge thanks goes to my girlfriend Barbara. She, as a graphic designer, made sure that the calendar looks as good as it looks, because without her the whole product wouldn't even be possible. So she made sure the whole layout, every font, colors and all materials looked good together. And we also incorporated like this laser engraving technique for the calendar, so it looks real like minimalistic. And I think it's a good way to make something for the village which they were not maybe used to seeing, you know. So I welcome you here in my studio. My name is David. I'm from Slovakia, but actually living in Czech Republic in Brno. I'm a photographer, cyclist. I dabble with analog photography, digital photography, exhibitions, books, stuff like that. So I work with images as an image maker, and also I develop films, scan. I run small lab here in the studio where I develop films, I scan, do reproductions, stuff like that. As I use a lot of different and also interesting equipment, I will try and describe and get into some details about stuff I use, but I won't be doing any like reviews. I'm not really good at it, and I just wanna have few informations outside. Next thing I want to talk about is cyclocross bike racing. I started taking pictures of bikes many years ago, but for past few years I've been more focusing on cyclocross racing, which I like really much because it's more interesting for me than road bike racing. The road bike racing is more like clinical and very, you know, clean, and it doesn't really have this something special, which I think the cyclocross racing has also this element of being real small, but also the spectators and also the venues themselves, they are in the middle of the cities, and I found this much more interesting for myself. So I have been taking pictures for a few seasons now. This one is from Trnava, which is a city in Slovakia. There were Slovak championship finals or something rather. Here are also a few images from the last season I made during the snow. It was super aggressive and fast and everything I could imagine. These images are super great with the sun coming down. I really love it. So today I said to myself that I would like to take some pictures in this early morning. It's freezing and it's beautiful outside, so I thought that it would be nice to take the RZ out and take some pictures. I don't really have a plan, like what I would like to do with the images or what the images are, but I just had the hunch to go outside and produce something. So, and it's nice also to break up from the Christmas routine of sitting on the couch and doing nothing. So, enjoying it right now, even though it's freezing and my shoes are wet, and I don't really know what I'm doing, but we'll see. Better to be outside and be trying than sitting inside and crying about not doing anything, I guess. I have few of these compositions which may seem empty or non-interesting, but it's quite relaxing. And I'm using the RZ67 with Ilford Palm 200 black and white, so it will be quite nice. Look at this. As I said, I'm not really sure what I'm doing with these images, but I have a big exhibition coming in October, so I would like to have some fresh images, so that's maybe one of the motivations, but one of them is just to purely be in the groove, which I have fallen out of last few months, as I had a lot of work and not really time for my pictures, so it feels good to be back. And as far as this video goes, I don't really know. I think it will be just like a small update on what I'm doing and maybe let everyone know I have new images coming, and again keep myself in this state of creating and doing work and not stagnating and not worrying about myself, about the future. So just a small update. Few last closing words. thank you for watching this video. I hope you find it interesting, and also in other videos I will show you another project, another stuff what I have prepared. So yeah, I hope you find it interesting. And this being very first video, it's just the beginning. So see you in the next one. Ciao.